presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here today at this great event. So first, I would like to thank you, the organizers, and all those who supported it, and all those who are on this stage today and inspired us with great presentations. And of course, to all of you in public who were sticking around till this moment, the very last moment. So instead of starting with a long presentation about myself, I will keep it simple and I will let LinkedIn to tell you my story. So let's dive in, and first let me ask you, how many of you in this room have an internal audit function in the organization you work for? Raise your hand. Okay. So I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Well, this means I'm in the right place then. Well, as we've seen throughout today's presentations, the world is changing. And so is internal audit. The only thing that did not change about internal audit is that it's a regulatory requirement for all banks and financial institutions. That's why I say that I don't believe you if you are from a bank, so you definitely have an internal auditor. Okay, so coming back to the changing world, as I said, the change is a constant because old was always changing. This change did not begin yesterday. The world is changing since Ice Age, isn't it? Okay, so the variable is the speed. And as we have seen before, as it was said already, we are living with a fast speed. We live like in a roller coaster, in a fast one. And we want it to be fast. We want to have it fast. We have fast food, fast fashion, fast cars. It is somehow naturally that we as humans got at the point when we want fast answers to tough questions. Is it right? Well, one of the tough questions I get sometimes is what an internal auditor does. Well, it's a lot. That's why when I am asked what is internal audit, I compare my job to that of a doctor, a business doctor, because each company, just as a human body, has its own complex processes. And sometimes these processes don't go well or go wrong or go as are not expected to. Well, just as a doctor, an internal auditor will listen to the pain points, will run some diagnostic tests, will measure or will check the temperature of your organization, and in the end will come with a list of prescriptions or recommendations that if you will follow, you will get better. Well, do you know what is the biggest challenge and the biggest gift of an internal auditor? No? It's data. Data is what we use in order to make our findings. Also, data is what we use to build our recommendations. And all of this in order to get another level of data, more efficient, more accurate, and most challenging to make it look simple for our internal customers. So let's say that here is the answer of one of the tough questions, but there is another tough question that you probably have now in your heads. How is artificial intelligence transforming internal audit? Well, the key, again, is data. Because artificial intelligence allows us to analyze data more faster, more efficient, more accurate, and it becomes a game changer. So, at Orange Moldova, we shifted. We shifted from the position of the policeman because, let's be honest, in many organizations before, I don't know about now, the internal auditor was seen as a policeman because we were checking if everyone follows the rules, if the policies and procedures are respected. So this is the point when we went for a shift, going from the reactive mode to a proactive one. Because we usually were analyzing the data before or after something went wrong. Sorry. Okay, and there are two perspectives how internal auditors can drive the digital transformation in their companies. First is when they improve their own internal audit process, and second is, of course, through their recommendations to other processes for them to improve. Such an example I would like to bring, as today we heard a lot about MIA. Well, Orange Moldova was the first who implemented MIA for our customers, and thank you to Victoria Bank, they were our partner. I don't see our project manager here, but thank you, Alexandru, for leading the team. I had the pleasure to be part of the team, even if I am an internal auditor. Yes, I participated, I was there, and I am glad to say that this is one of the examples that proves that through innovation and technology and teamwork, we get to transform our services for the better, for our customers, of course. So today I will share with you some of the power of AIs and what they can do for us, for internal auditors, but not only, because as I said, we can take use of AI not only to improve our own process, but as a business doctor, you remember, you can put it in your list of prescriptions. Well, first is pattern recognition, and I would say that this is a really good thing because beside the speed that artificial intelligence has, there is another, it's one thing more, is the fact that it can see risks, it can see trends, patterns that we humans might not have seen, and find those risks that are buried deep in the data. As we've heard before, predictive analysis and automation, and today I will share with you some of the examples that we in Orange Moldova have as an proof of the fact that we already implemented the first forms of AI. So, as you know, machine learning is one of the first forms of AI, because when we say AI, we all think, wow, this is so complicated, it is such a big thing. Well, it is indeed, but at the beginning, there are simply technologies that can predict, that can analyze data, and just unifying the dots, as you have seen in previous presentations. Well, in 2019, it was for the first time when the combination of words machine learning was first included in an audit recommendation in Orange Moldova. It was when we analyzed the demand forecast accuracy, and at that moment we gathered enough evidence to prove that if the human gets a 79% of demand forecast accuracy, by machine learning we could get 98%. here are some examples that can help a banking, that can help banking sector to do the same, to predict and to analyze data patterns. For example, credit risk assessment, loan default prediction, fraud detection, anti-money laundering compliance, many of the concepts you heard today. So you can just start with machine learning. Another example would be process mining. Now you would say, what has process mining in common with artificial intelligence? And what you imagine when you say process mining? Is it a business process map you just saw in the Croatia presentation with lots of processes, with lots of steps and sub-processes and many tasks? But imagine that you will have a tool that will analyze all of your processes and will give you all of the variations it can have, not only the happy path you described in your internal procedures or in a process flow. Okay, so what the process mining does, it takes data from our business processes and it's analyzing the events from our systems. Of course, when we analyzed one of our processes, it was an onboarding process of one of our products. We first discovered what are the areas that we need to digitalize. So this is one of the first outcomes, one of the valuable insights it can bring to you, and not the only one. But I will not explain how it works, because I understand that this is not what you really need. What you really need is how can I use it, how it can help me. And in case if you want to know more, we have a process mining center of excellence at our Orange System affiliate. We have already the experience with some Orange affiliates in the group, and we can help you too. Okay. Back, there is one more slide about RPA, but it's not here. Okay, but I will talk with you about RPA too. I don't know why it is not here. You probably heard many times about robotic process automation. Well, it is very popular, and we started to work with RPA 7 years ago. I don't think there are any departments or areas in our company that that don't have at least one step of the process or a sub-process or even an entire process automated through our RPA solution, for which we also have a dedicated RPA team in the same company, Orange Systems. And I am very proud of this team, as they facilitated and they efficientized so many working hours in our company. I don't think you need those numbers. For you, it is just important to know that this is possible to do. This is near. Artificial intelligence is not the future. It is already here. And all you need to do is to get more known with what are the simple tools like RPA, process mining, and machine learning to get this working in your company, in your own process. For RPA, I will bring my example, as I also have my own bot. Do you know what he does? What I am doing is I am opening my Excel file with all the audit recommendations, and I hit the button start. And he does for me the following work. He filters all the recommendations that are due date and have an open status, and he sends emails to all those that are in charge of implementing those recommendations. Well, I get the fun part, meeting the people, communicate with them, finding their pain points, their challenges, and work together for better results of the recommendations, implementations. And now I think I must finish with the fact that we internal auditors and you and all those who have this position have a unique possibility to get the digital transformation driving in your company. You can be the agents of change. You can be those who are leading these actions, these initiatives in your company. And I think this is a great opportunity. If the world is changing, imagine that you could be the one who is changing the world, and in your company, of course. So, I will finish with the quote that Albert Einstein said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." I hope that I was interesting for you, and I will be very glad to discuss afterwards or connect with me on LinkedIn. And don't forget, if you need any help or if you want to know more about RPA, process mining, or machine learning, Orange is here. No slide with Orange is here, I'm sorry, but you know, thank you.
But Orange is here.
But Orange is here.